Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Satoshi Shawn and you're at the Cryptopolitan, your one-stop shop for all cryptocurrency and blockchain news. If it is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notification. We get news videos out to you pretty much every day, and weekend report as well. If you're an old subscriber or a new subscriber or not going to subscribe, please hit the like button. It really helps us out. Let's jump into it. A few things to go over. Go over to the Cryptopolitan, where we have all your news set up in easy to find sections, whether it's Bitcoin news, altcoin news, coin analysis, regulation, scams, upcoming events, whatever. The first one is pretty cool, especially if you're in the United States. There's an IRS insider, supposedly, allegedly, who went on Reddit and kind of outed a lot of information. He says that he's been working for the IRS for a while, and that it's under the name IRS Throwaway BTC. Now, the employee claims that there's another story in the Cryptopolitan, which I'm not going to go over, but the IRS has put a lot of press out that they're sending out letters to crypto holders in general, not just BTC, but crypto holders, that they're going to be looking at their past taxable events and making sure that no one is skipping out on paying their taxes. I've been expecting to get one for weeks, but I still haven't got one. And then this came out, which this guy says that it's a, well, I'll read it. The post claims that the IRS is using the First World War era propaganda technique to scare the people into thinking the IRS is onto them. However, they're actually reporting to their letter-sending campaign for two reasons. One, the alleged IRS employee claims that the IRS simply does not have the resources to carry it out, which is true. The IRS is stretched thin. For a large-scale operation against people evading cryptocurrency or any other kind of tax, they retort to the letter stating the campaign is to scare as many people as they can to submit their tax returns voluntarily, or I think just not get involved with cryptocurrency. I have a lot of friends that are apprehensive about getting into crypto because they've heard a lot of FUD. They don't understand it, so they can't really combat the FUD or understand that it's stupid. They're afraid of, if I buy Bitcoin, can I get arrested if someone's been using it for, drugs or what? They have no idea. It's a Ponzi scheme, whatever. So if they see that the IRS is going to, come after you or be looking at you, it's really just not worth it, to them to even mess with it yet. I think that's a big part of the campaign that the IRS is pulling. But another point that they make is that cryptocurrencies were designed to not be confiscatable, really trackable, unless you allow them to be trackable. So they're made to combat governments. So they're designed to fight this. And the IRS is already stretched thin, so they really don't have the resources or most of the data that they would need to go after people. So it's kind of good news. It really does make sense. I think it is kind of more of a propaganda campaign. Next, we'll go over some a big deal when it comes to Bitcoin adoption, cryptocurrency adoption in general, and kind of just moving us forward as a species. Talking about how Bezos and Musk are working together with their two civilian space agencies to put massive amounts of satellites in space. The reason being is they're trying to bring the internet to the world, which doesn't really affect a lot of people in more first world countries, but third world countries, a lot of places where the unbanked are, that could really, really use cryptocurrency. This would be an amazing help. The two monumentally successful technology entrepreneurs will fire over 3,000 satellites into orbit with the aim to cater to the internet needs of the underprivileged parts of the world. I think that's really awesome. Now, Bezos has Blue Origin, and then Musk has SpaceX. The Amazon declared the launch will facilitate broadband to millions of people living in less fortunate areas on July 4th. Bezos said that. Musk, on the other hand, has gone one step further ahead and has acquired the approval from the FCC for the extravagant project headed by Musk Space Exploration Technology Corp. With permission to launch over 11,000 space capsules. Musk will pioneer the Grand Internet Accessibility Program. So pretty awesome. My money and hopes are more on Musk than Bezos. Bezos succeeds more, would actually help me financially. But I own a small ranch in West Texas where, like 15 miles from my ranch, he's building a space center. So if it takes off, that would be cool for the price of my ranch. But I think that it will it'll push adoption. People will be able to look at cryptocurrency as more of a viable option at any time, not whenever they're in the city and they're by Wi-Fi. They can always use their smartphone. They can always use and transact with cryptocurrency, even not at bankers' hours. So I think it's a really big move forward. Justin Sun and Tron, the Tron debacle. There's a lot to go over here. Justin Sun has apologized. There's a lot of weird stuff. I'm just gonna I gave you my take the other day. A lot of my take has been proven true. So I have a buddy, BitBoy. He went up to San Francisco. Was supposed to be there for the Justin Sun and Warren Buffett lunch. Obviously, that got canceled. Justin Sun, I'll be completely honest, I don't trust Justin Sun anymore. Not anymore. I used to like Justin Sun. Tron, I think, is completely separate. Justin Sun, I used to like him, and I drank the Kool-Aid, and he's a great marketer, but he started lying. And I know there's reasons for it. There's reasons which are just sad, and it's really not his fault. He is Chinese. He is a Chinese man in China, businessman, which has to be tougher than most people that I can understand. The Chinese government is a terrible government. It is a totalitarian, communist government that harms its own people, that does terrible things to its own people. In my lifetime, I saw the uprising, Tiananmen Square, all that. Nothing's changed. It's gotten worse. And this guy's operating in that arena. So, what I think has happened, and what I have been led to believe, is he did have kidney stones, but that's not why this was canceled. He apologized on social media, but he apologized for over promoting the Buffett lunch, which is a weird thing to apologize for. Now, there were rumors that his employees were being held by the Chinese government, which could be true, which I think were true, actually. I think he was coerced to stopping the lunch. What he did, being, classic Justin Sun, is he hyped the crap out of the lunch, which he paid, $4.5 million for this lunch. Understandable. But on Twitter, he invited Donald Trump to the lunch. So he invited the President of the United States to the lunch, and I think that was the straw that broke the Chinese government's back. That's when they kind of moved in and were like, "Nah, you've gone too far. You're operating like you're a citizen of some free country." No. So I think that he was not allowed to have the lunch. I don't think the lunch is going to be rescheduled. I think that that's just over. I think his people may have been arrested and held until he did this. I watched him because he's too sick to go to lunch, but then he had a party, and BitBoy did make the point he really wasn't partying, but he still had a luncheon with a bunch of YouTubers. He did, took some pictures. He was there. He could do that, but he couldn't go to eat with Warren Buffett. That's not, I know that wasn't totally the reason. His PR actually admitted it wasn't the actual total reason. Whether or not he did have kidney stones is different, though. So I don't think it's going to happen now. I don't think he'll be allowed to reschedule the lunch. His government will not allow him to have lunch with someone. Let that centralization sink in. So that's where and Tron is down like 25-30% for the month. It's really, really bad. Another example of a form of centralization. I mean, you can say that Tron's not centralized, but when canceling a lunch and a couple problems with a dude causes the price of your token and your market capital to drop by that much, it's kind of centralized. That's a form of centralization. Literally, everyone says someone could go hold a gun to that person's head if it's centralized, and they could do something. Basically, someone held a gun to Justin Sun's head or other people's heads, and he capitulated, of course, because that's what someone would do. And you can see the reality of it. You know, there's tens of hundreds, whatever, thousands of people holding Tron who lost a ton of money. Hopefully it'll recover. Hopefully Tron will be. I think Justin Sun will be a lot more demure from now on, which will be odd because it's Justin Sun. But I think he's kind of had the reins put on him. So we'll see, and we'll definitely follow the story. In more Tron news, though, this started out as a little bit of FUD. Looks like it's not. According to the creator of BitTorrent, Brad Cohen, he said that Tron still has not paid him the last payment for BitTorrent, and it was supposed to be paid over 2 months ago, and it still hasn't. And people are coming out like giving this guy crap. A lot of Tron heads, which, all right, I could whatever. You're defending Tron, but it's 2 months. It's 2 months, man. He should have got his money. They're saying that it was unethical and to come out and like blast Tron and Justin Sun for this. But dude, if you're not getting your money for 2 months, I don't think it's that crazy that he's done this. That is about it for today. Please crush that like button. It was good hanging out with you guys. I am Satoshi Sean, and I will see you in the next video.